Alright. Let's get started. Check my... Alright. Got my daily rations. See if there's anything in the Crown store. Nope. Not worth it. Nope. 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 Well, while I'm here,
we raise hot.
Hi-yo, Silver! Away! I think it's time to get back to work. Bankerai. Where am I going? Here. So, I'll go here. Just take care of the quests as I get to them.
He's too sick to travel again if this fails. It's the waiting that's the worst. If Kerbal has some magic cure, why doesn't she just give it to my husband? To all of these poor souls. Are you also waiting to see Kerbal?
No.
She's the village's mayor. They say Kerbal can cure any disease, but once cured, you can never leave the village. I'm not sick, but my husband Draven is. And if we have to live in a hovel for the rest of our lives to save him, that's fine by me.
Where is this village you speak of?
That's another strange thing. It's hidden, through the cave up the hill. Kerbal will send for me eventually. But I'm worried. It's forever without him. Could you take a look and make sure Draven's all right? I have some gold. I can pay you.
I'll see what I can do.
You'll need to talk to the guard by the cave entrance before you go. They don't take kindly to unexpected visitors. Draven's my husband, tall, handsome fellow. Tell him I'm still waiting.
So what the hell's wrong with Draven?
To be honest, we don't know. He doesn't like to talk about it, even to me. Last month he locked himself in our basement and refused to come out, as if he was afraid I'd catch it from him.
How did you hear about this village?
I heard all about a legendary village where all illness is cured, ever since I was a lad. When Draven got sick, I needed to find it, or learn whether it even existed. Spent nearly all our gold until I did, and here we are at last.
And how long have you been waiting?
Draven entered the village a week ago. Kerbal says it's part of the treatment, to see how the patient fares without his or her family. She sent someone to tell me it won't be much longer. I can't wait to be with my husband again.
Priorities.
Stop! I must alert the mayor to all new arrivals.
I'd like to talk to Carball.
Many would. I can't allow everyone into the village, or we'd be overrun by disease. Some say the village can cure everything, but that's definitely not true. We're very selective. You seem healthy enough, though. What's your business?
I'd like to talk to Carball about Draven, one of her patients.
His case came up today, so your timing is excellent. I'll signal ahead that you're coming in. We ask that you don't stray from the town once you pass the cave. The woods beyond the village aren't safe.
Okay. Tells me don't go beyond the village. What do I do? Go in the woods. First thing. Why? Because I like to explore.
Voice, soon we will have a new member of our family, Draven.
This don't sound good.
Patience, friends. I will speak to each of you individually. I don't recognize you. Come, let us speak. Welcome to our humble village. Not many find us by accident, yet I smell no illness upon you. May I ask what brings you here, if not the cure?
I'm looking for someone.
Ah, Renoir sent you then. He need not wait outside any longer. Draven will soon be inducted into the village. I'll see to it the guard lets him know. Is that all you seek then?
Inducted in the village? What the hell is on about?
I apologize, but you are an outsider. It's impossible for you to fully understand, but suffice to say that those who are cured must stay in the village. It is for our protection and theirs. Draven is in the guest house if you wish to see him.
Think I will.
Forgive me for not getting up. It's been a long day, and I'm ravenous. Is there something you need? Are you
Gara,
here too?
what the hell are you doing in this village? Aren't you the Kazakage?
He's such a silly one. Of course I am. Now that Kerbel's agreed to cure me. He can come to the village now the first week's over. Is he still suspicious of these fine folk in the village, I wonder?
So, what is it she's curing?
I'm afraid I can't talk about it. The village prides itself on privacy. I apologize if Renoir inconvenienced you in your travels, but as you can see, everything's fine.
Not likely.
Draven, what's going on? No one will tell me a thing.
Come and sit, dear. Everything will be all right.
I can't be the only one who thinks something strange is going on. Kerbel and the lot of them. They're some kind of cult.
Renoir, let it rest. Soon I'll be better. Doesn't that count for something?
I don't trust anyone in this town. Why won't they tell me exactly what the cure is? Why can't we leave town afterwards? And if they have a remedy, why can't they tell me what's wrong with Draven?
He seems content with this.
Draven's desperate for a cure. He'll believe anything, anyone. I know you've got your own business, but I could use someone on my side. If you could have a look around, or maybe ask people about this place. I don't know. I'm at a loss.
I'll find out what the deal is. Give me a minute.
Thank you. I'll talk to Kerbel directly and see if she'll tell me anything. So far, she's kept all the details to herself, and you can see what Draven's like. When you have something concrete, let me know. It'd do a lot to me.
What kind of illness does Draven have?
To be honest, we don't know. He doesn't like to talk about it, even to me. Last month he locked himself in our basement and refused to come out, as if he was afraid I'd catch it from him.
How'd you hear about the village?
I heard all about a legendary village where all illness is cured, ever since I was a lad. When Draven got sick, I needed to find it, or learn whether it even existed. Spent nearly all our gold until I did, and here we are at last.
Staying in the guest house, are you? I'm sure your induction will go smoothly. Most of them do.
What's up with this village?
Nothing. I am bound by my arrangement with both the village and its leader. Surely you can understand. My oaths are sacred, and I pledged my loyalty to Kerbel.
I spent a month trying to convince Kerbal to take me in. Not about to ruin all that work by blabbing off to an outsider. If Kerbal wants you to know something, she'd already have told you.
Alright. What's up with this village?
If you're so eager to learn our secret, talk to Helene. She's in the lower floor of that house yonder. That's all I'm going to say.
Good deal, buddy. Good deal. Now this could possibly be a trap.
It hurts. It hurts. Go away.
Damn, girl, what's wrong?
The change. The change is coming, and I can't stop it. Kerbal promised me that she could help, but only after I calm down. Please go. I can smell your blood. It's driving me crazy.
Blood. What change are you talking about?
I'm a werewolf. Oh, God, I said it.
Welcome to the stream.
Beast, I can't control myself.
Damn you.
But
Goodbye.
promised she'd save me like she saved everyone else. Please, don't leave yet. Can I talk to you? It's past. I'm so ashamed. The feeling comes and goes, but I need to talk to someone to take my mind off things. Please.
Why are you in this cage?
I'm going through my first change soon. It'll be my first time as a werewolf. Everyone's experience is different. It's a kindness to keep me away from everyone, really, until they know how this will affect me.
How did you get infected?
It was an accident. While hunting rabbits, I stumbled onto a feeding werewolf. He instinctively attacked, but stopped before he caused me serious harm. Unfortunately, he'd already bitten me.
Where were you?
I was so scared. He changed then and explained what would happen to me. He told me about Kerbal's Hollow. I didn't believe it at first, so I waited. People who heard about my attack made it clear I wasn't welcome. By then, it was too late. So here I am.
That's not suspicious in the least. Hello, fellow player.
That's not right. Something strange is going on in this town. You've seen it, haven't you? They just took Draven away for their initiation. It's like some kind of cult.
Where did they take him?
There's a winding path just past the village. Kerbal and a handful of others took him up that way. They said they didn't have a spare robe for me or some such nonsense.
I found some robes earlier.
Enough for both of us? No? Then you use them as a disguise. Kerbal's too familiar with my face by now, and she'll recognize me whatever I wear. They're binding him to the village forever. I don't understand yet. Make them stop before it's too late.
I'd better head up.
Keep out of sight. They wouldn't even allow me to watch, so I doubt you'd be welcome there without your robes. If you hurry, you can make it before they arrive. Make sure they don't hurt...
There's no turning back now, Draven. You are a part of this village now. Don't be alarmed. Soon the pain will subside.
No. Stop. You're in my head.
Leave Gara alone.
Don't interrupt the ritual. No! I've lost control! Draven! Come back! You've endangered us all with your meddling. Well, what have you got to say for yourself?
He's not sick. He's a werewolf. Like Helena.
Yes, we all are, in fact. That's why he came to us. I can suppress the lycanthropic tendencies of the disease. The ritual you interrupted was to seal Draven's form, to protect him as well as the village. But now he's turned and we're all in danger.
So what happens now?
We must find him. The ritual might still work if we catch him in time to complete the binding. If not, then we must save the town above all else.
And what can I do?
Go after him. I must tell everyone what's happened. Everyone who's left, that is. If he can't be...
Sounds like a personal problem. Maybe you should have been more straightforward. Ass-tard.
What's happened? Some of the people in the town are acting strangely.
The ritual failed. Your husband is a werewolf.
What? That was his disease all along? Why didn't he tell me? We have to go after him. He's probably frightened out of his mind. What was Kerbal thinking?
She was trying to seal his form. I subdued him.
Kerbal has a lot of explaining to do. Sealing his form? What does that even mean? Gods, I pray Draven's all right.
Everyone, stay calm. We will soon have this back in hand. Keep faith, my friends. Renoir, bring Draven to the town hall. Stranger, come with me. Some of the townsfolk have already turned back into their werewolf form. The spell is breaking faster than I thought. Draven must complete the ritual.
Can he even now?
Yes. He's not the first to fail, but it's very rare. Those who don't complete the ritual usually die immediately, by their own hand or someone else's. Nevertheless, it's better than the alternative.
Maybe you should convince him.
He may not see me as an ally, thanks to your interference. He may only remember how much pain I caused.
I subdued him on the hillside.
This is your fault, so you must fix it. The others from the ritual site will bring him in. Let's hope he doesn't remember your fight. Talk to Draven, but take what he says with a grain of salt.
What have you done to my husband?
Where am I? It was like I fell asleep, but then there was this terrible pain. I remember you. You're the one who helped my husband. Renoir. Are you all right? Did I hurt you?
Gara, Cabral might still be able to help you.
I see the truth. Power calls me. No one can stop me. Kill. Eat. There is no fear, only hunger. No,
Damn it, Gara.
I'm not a beast. I can control myself. Renoir. Renoir, don't leave me.
Damn it, Gara. Let her finish the ritual.
No, don't let her. I don't want this anymore. I've seen what she does to the people in this village. She takes their minds, puts them under her control. Being a werewolf is a curse, but I can't give up who I am.
How do you know this?
I felt it. She was in my head during the ritual, cutting away something inside. Something important. I couldn't move. To think she did that to all those people, that's no cure.
Would you rather be a werewolf?
I'll have to learn to control myself, but it's not impossible. I've had lycanthropy for a while now, and I know the signs. It'll be much easier now that Renoir knows the truth.
I'll help you out.
Thank you. Poor Renoir. I'm so sorry, my love. You can leave me if it's too much to bear. Just don't trust Kerbal, no matter what she says.
Okay, Gara.
I've heard enough. I'll be outside. What will happen to Draven now? I don't understand any of this.
Forgive me. Everyone's a vampire, werewolf, including Carball.
Her too? That explains it. Kerbal has a spell over this entire town. These people are all mindless drones. If we're to save Draven, we must break this spell for good. I think I know what to do.
Okay. Speak.
The gate on this side of town leads to a cave entrance. It was guarded the last time I saw it, but with half the town gone, maybe we can get through. Kerbal doesn't want anyone up there. We've got to destroy whatever she's hiding on the hill.
Remember, Draven isn't quite himself yet, and in this state, he endangers the entire town.
Priorities. Da, 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 da. Bitch, please. Is that it? Guess not.
What is this? This has got to be the source of the spell. Let's destroy it. Quiet.
Renoir,
I think I hear something.
Stay back!
Oh, sure. Just put the waypoint behind me.
Not after what's happened. I'm glad we put a stop to this madness. And look, Draven knows me. He knows both of us. That gives me hope.
So what now?
Draven needs to learn how to control his power. I don't know where we'll go while he does. Somewhere far away from anyone else, where no one will question us. If this is the life we must lead together, I'll gladly run with him. There's a lot I don't understand about what happened, but at least Draven and I are together, the way we belong.
Whatever, man.
No. And now that I know what it is, it doesn't matter. I've known him all my life. This is the first time he's ever kept anything secret from me.
Yeah, I would say so.
We'll need to work on talking over our troubles with each other instead of hiding our problems. Our lives will be different, but I'm sure other couples have issues too.
Well, bestiality is, yeah, I'm out of here. Whee! See what kind of goodies we can find. What is up with all the crap? Howdy. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Please leave a comment. It's not about Zenimax. It's about spending 1,400 hours to get a 100% completionist of a game. Don't tell me you've never done it. You've done it, and you know you have. Be like me. Badass. I think I've already explored that. Besides, I need to hurry up and finish up this scenario quest or whatever. I've still got tons of DLC for this I've never even touched yet. Ooh, treasure chest. No one's looking? Don't mind if I do. Oh yeah. Ooh, another treasure chest. Damn it! Lock! Fucker. Die, bitch! Thank you. Ooh. Mission. Random. Fuck at her. Hey, nice lady.
The woods welcome you. Know that the creatures here are neither enemies nor friends. There are hunters and prey.
The woods safe to travel?
For you? Perhaps. The Viridian Sentinel once kept the wild at bay for the folk of Bankurai, but his power wanes. Soon he may regret saving the Princess of Evermore. Her mother already mourns her death, so why interrupt the natural course?
The princess is here?
Gravely wounded, but yes, Princess Alara is here. The Sentinel tends to her, and it takes all his power to draw her away from death. He would welcome aid if you wish to give it. We Weird have fulfilled our part of the bargain and shall offer no more.
I'll go find him.
He'll be at the Standing Stones by Viridian Lake. His power is strongest there. Look for the broken statue. It overlooks the altar where he works.
Who is the Viridian?
The Sentinel is part of an ancient pact made long before living memory. A guardian of the woods of sorts, who anoints his or her successor without needing our approval. Not all Weird believe we should continue to honor the pact.
Why wouldn't you?
The Glenmoral Weird were not a party to the original pact. It's only our connection to the forest which binds us to it. The Sentinel is no true ally to the Weirises of the Viridian Wood. His sway over the natural order is anything but natural.
What is a Weirdus?
If I had a seed for every man,
Ow.
woman, and child who asked me that, I'd cover the land in ivy in a fortnight. We are of the forest, and the forest is of us. That is all an outsider needs to know.
Ah, there we go. Last time I opened one of them in front of somebody, I got a wanted level. What the hell? Priorities. She seems to be sleeping. Her heartbeat is weak. It doesn't seem possible to wake her.
Sad, isn't it? Poor child. I'm afraid
Who the hell are you?
As the Sentinel, I must warn you that these woods aren't safe. But as old girls, I'm glad to see a friendly face. I remember when that child wasn't more than a knee's height. And now she's laid out like a corpse.
Is she gonna be alright?
She was attacked and left for dead by the wayside like a beast. Well, she won't die on my watch. Not if you can help me. Around the lake, you'll find rings of mushrooms. Fairy rings. But fairies aren't what I need.
And what do you need?
Take my amulet. Get down in the center of the rings and feel the earth. I need the energy from there to keep Alara alive. I need to take the child back to my hut. It's just up the hill a bit. Can't miss it.
You're the Sentinel?
Well, the Weird won't call me anything different. Most people who live around here call me old girls or just Stenwick. The Viridian Sentinel is a bit of a mouthful, don't you think? Makes me sound more important than I really am.
Viridian Sentinel? Really?
Well, these woods have a life and a mind of their own. Well, what I do is make sure it doesn't get out of hand. There's some good folk who live near these lands, and without a firm hand, why, the wild would grow right over them.
How did you become said Sentinel?
Me? I'd left Evermore and decided to live my life in the woods. I met a man here, a previous Sentinel. He needed help and I stayed with him. When he grew too weary, he blessed me with the title.
How long ago was that?
A long, long time ago. Once I even worked as a royal gardener in Evermore. But now I'm more comfortable in the woods. It's where I belong.
What exactly is the Viridian Sentinel? So Ben, What is exactly on your agenda tonight for games? Are you bailing out of your survival horror? Priorities. Ah. So you said. She's faking it. I saw her lay down in bed.
If I was younger, I could instantly purge the poison running through this young lady's veins. Now it takes all my strength just to keep her breathing. Poor dear.
Here's your amulet.
Just in time. I've made a salve for Alara that'll help her wake. I'll channel what energy I have left into her. The amulet should be able to sustain me afterwards. At least I hope it will. This'll just take a moment. Took more out of me than I thought. Go on, give it to the poor girl. I'll be all right.
I was asleep? What am I doing in this hovel? And who are you? No, I remember. Stenwick brought me here. I was sick. Apologies, but I still don't remember who you are.
How are you feeling, Princess Twilight?
Then you have my gratitude. I feel weak, but not unwell. It seems my outer wounds have all been healed. Tell me, stranger, how fares Evermore? Is my mother well? My father?
Your father is dead, but the Queen is alive.
I see. My mother must be in mourning then. I will send word that I am well, if Stenwick is willing. Ah, we have company, it seems. Who's coming in?
Forest feels your weakness, Sentinel. This is treacherous ground.
Enter Daemara. Was that a warning or a threat?
Stenwick, who's this? A Weirus?
Yes, child. You will know more of them soon enough.
Is that so? You're more foolish than I thought, old man.
Don't think anything of this. The weird are a strange folk. The weird and I have always had a tenuous relationship, but saving Alara was something I needed to do, regardless of their objections. It will make this process harder than it needs to be, but I still have some spirit in me yet.
Why did she object?
It's quite complicated. Suffice to say, they don't think I should use the forest power for such things. Of course, they'd much rather I didn't exist at all. But it changes nothing. There's work to be done, and I'm not getting any younger.
The princess seems to be cured. What more do you need to do?
Oh, my salve was but a reprieve, I fear. In order to safeguard Alara, I need to do something drastic, and I'll need the Weird's help. You've seen the Spriggans of the forest, I'll bet. There's one that's much older and much wiser than the rest of them.
What's important about the Spriggan?
Some call her the voice of the forest. In a way, she is. I need a bud from one of her branches, one freely given. It can harness the full power of these woods to safeguard Ilara's life. May I ask your aid once again?
So tell me, why don't they want to help you first?
They are guardians of nature in the truest sense, and I am a guardian of the people. Our interests don't always coincide. They see my role as Sentinel as unnatural, though the Sentinel has existed for generations. The Weird and I have always had a tenuous relationship. My salve was but a reprieve, I fear. In order to safeguard Alara, I need to do something drastic. Some call her the voice of the forest. Find the voice of the forest. It shouldn't be difficult to find, but if you must... Many Spriggans carry a spore that returns to the voice of the forest when the Spriggan died. Take my amulet. Its power is spent, but the...
I won't sit here and let you do all the work.
Shut up, Princess Twilight.
We have to find the voice of the forest. If Stenwick needs a Spriggan bud, then I'll do anything to get it for him.
You should stay here and rest.
I suppose you're right. I'll stay here with Stenwick. But this forest voice, if it's like a Spriggan, it will react to their deaths. I bet you could kill some Spriggans to draw it out.
That would just piss it off.
Probably, but they're animals. I don't see any other way to reason with them. Stenwick needs the bud, and we don't have time to coddle the Spriggans. We need their cooperation, whether they intend to give it or not.
Dude says we should just search.
And if we never find it? No. Kill the Spriggans. It's the best chance to do this quickly.
You know that's just gonna piss off the voice.
Probably, but they're animals. I don't see any other way to...
Biatch!
This creature disturbs the woods with the Sentinel's binding as a token. Has the forest not bent to the whims of the Sentinel already? What more can we give?
The Sentinel sent me to get a bud from your branches.
So, he may pass our yoke to another, a stranger to the woods. Your demand is empty, voice of the Sentinel. I refuse.
We need it to save the princess.
Why should we care for a mortal?
Would you doom this girl to die because of a grudge?
We only seek to grow as our nature intends. Your Sentinel is the one who prevents this. But you care nothing for our plight. It is a waste to speak of this further.
It's Elder Scrolls. And I'm just trying to narrate.
Take the bud and be gone. But know this. There shall be no peace in these woods.
A familiar scent surrounds you. Did the Sentinel send you? What do you hold?
The Sentinel said you'd know what this bud means.
How dare the Sentinel pick his successor out of pity? But she didn't bring us the bud. You did. Why should we give our blessing to one who needs another to carry her burdens?
What do you mean, his successor?
He didn't even trust you enough to tell you, did he? Let the Sentinel explain it to you when you next see him. I'll do my part and no more. Where is this princess who is greater than the needs of nature?
If you want to speak to her, she's waiting at Sentinel's hut.
Too weak to even follow you? No, the forest does not need such a creature. The Sentinel oversteps his bounds, and the Weird will not allow it.
If you have something to say, you'll say it to my face.
I will. You are weak, fit for little more than prey. How do you hope to wield the Sentinel's power?
Stenwick is trying to save my life. I don't know what he has planned, but I certainly owe it to him to see this through.
The child knows nothing, and he expects us to offer our blessing? Once the Viridian Sentinel stood for something more than a wet nurse to spoil children. Now he expects us to train and rear this daughter of the city as our own? No. The Sentinel asks too much.
Why do you dislike him so much?
His time wanes. He will make this girl the new Sentinel, untrained and unfit. He holds no respect for the forest and no respect for the weird. What does it matter to us if one child withers to allow the forest to grow free, I ask you?
I need to talk to the princess.
If you must. Of course, you already know whose side she'll be on. That said, arrangements must be made. Be quick.
I don't know what Stenwick is planning, but if it'll save my life, I trust him. I don't understand why these weird people can't see that.
Why do they dislike you so much?
Sounds like jealousy to me. It won't stand in my way. I won't give up a second chance at life for the whims of some forest folk. Stenwick is a kind man. Why won't they see that he means no harm?
But we still need their blessing.
The weird can't interfere forever. Let them bless this thing and be done with it. Stenwick's not getting any younger.
We will need to bless the voice's bud if you intend to go through with this.
What needs to be done?
Althine will help you prepare it. For the Sentinel's ritual, he needs a Spriggan bud, freely given. You have obtained that, but the bud will not bloom without nurturing. I hope you aren't squeamish about blood. Sister, you said this was the last time we would help the Sentinel. Enough. Come, let us finish the blessing and be done with it. Come along, then. We have a sacrifice ready. When I say, hold the bud out in your hands, keep them steady, no matter what happens. Plunge it into the offering. Quickly.
The weird have stalled long enough. Stenwick isn't healthy, and we must do what he asked before it's too late. Go to him. Tell him what we've done. I'm short of breath and must save my strength.
Will you be safe?
I have a feeling they don't dare harm me as long as I'm under Stenwick's protection. We'll see if I guessed correctly.
They'll want to see you, you know.
Of course. And this bud may heal Stenwick, the way he healed me. We'll need to use it if we're to save him. Take him to that altar in the lake. I'll meet you there.
Kiss me arse.
I was hoping you'd return before. I couldn't speak to you one last time. It's good Alara's not with you. I'd hate for her to see me in such a state.
What happened?
Time, my friend. I gave my everything to heal Alara, and it won't be enough. That's why I sent you to get the Spriggan bud. The only way she'll live past a fortnight is if she becomes the Sentinel. And luckily, there'll be a vacancy shortly.
How will being a Sentinel help her?
In a sense, the power of the Sentinel is immortal. I'm old, but Alara is young. The Sentinel's power will take root and flourish in her. The weird fear what she will become, but you can't let that stop you. Take my essence. When I'm gone, save Alara. Tell her she must tame the will of the woods. The bud will summon, and the amulet will bind. The weird certainly won't help, considering they'd much rather see this power go to waste. Don't let the Sentinel's power fade. It must live on in Ilara.
Thought he'd be here by now. Where is Stenwick?
He died.
He gave everything to keep me alive. Even his life. I don't even know what to do now. Does that mean I'm doomed to die as well?
He said, now you become the Sentinel.
That was his plan all along, wasn't it? And I never got to thank him. If this
Froggy.
is what he wanted, then I must see it through. You still have his amulet? Take it to the altar. We'll say a few words for him.
Still there, I see.
So these moats are all that's left of dear Stenwick. What's that sound? Can you hear it?
We meet again, ally of the Viridian Sentinel. Now you seek to subjugate these woods once again. We will see if you can succeed.
And how do we do that?
How I long to watch you stumble and fail. But an ancient pact compels me to explain the right. One simply has to gather the moats about the lake. But beware, we are not without our own defenses.
And what happens if we fail?
Then there will be no Viridian Sentinel. The yoke about our necks for centuries would be freed. Of course, there is one way to ensure the princess does not become the Sentinel. Destroy the Spriggan bud I gave you, and she will fail. It is true, but we have endured a slow death for much longer. Man was not meant to rule over nature. No matter their intentions, they cannot know the will of the woods. The Viridian Sentinel is a mockery of nature's true cycle. How I long to watch you stumble and fail, but an ancient pact compels me to explain the right. One simply has to gather the moats about the lake, but beware, we are not without our own defenses.
Think I'm better now. Gods, what is this place? I didn't think we'd be able to pull through at the end. But we did. We did. You can't imagine how this feels. I had no idea Stenwick had this kind of power.
What do you mean?
I can feel the earth. I can taste the wind. It's like every piece of this forest is a part of me. I will remain here, a part of these woods forever. Could I even command the beasts? It seems that it would have been a trivial matter.
So your injuries, they're gone?
More than that. The rocks themselves give me strength. I feel immortal. Apologies, my friend. This power, it's heady, like a deep, cold pool. Refreshing, but so easy to fall into. I have much to learn, it seems. We met only briefly, but the forest will remember your deeds forever. I will make sure of it.
You do understand why I did this.
So much has happened to me. It's hard to think clearly.
Will you return to Evermore?
No. I belong here, in these woods. Eventually, the Weird and I will come to terms. I see our past and present through the eyes of the Sentinel. There will never be love between us, but understanding is not too much to ask.
What do John and Jod send us now? What does Crazy Eye see here? Another shave skin? Good. These Knights of St. Pellen need all the help they can get. Crazy Eye and the other Bandari have done all they can. Maybe it's your turn to help now. Are you living in a dog's den? Imperial skirmishers have been raiding this camp, stealing the Knights' supplies. This one and friends were just passing through, but the Bandari help when they can. Like Crazy Eye doesn't have anything better to do. Bah! If the Knights appreciated the Bandari, they'd fatten this one's purse. Crazy Eye doesn't like to work for free, do you? Or maybe since you're not Bandari, they'll pay you. If you want to help, see the Knight Commander, Sherilyn. Tell the Knight Commander you want to help stop the Imperial raids. Tell her Crazy Eye sent you too. Tell her this one deserves a little present. Or several presents. Several shiny presents. Yes, 3 times in recent days. Crazy Eye was only here for the last raid, but she saw them coming. Even put an arrow between a few pairs of eyes. They still managed to steal more supplies though, yes? Very tricky are these unclawed skeevers. Probably from Bankorai Garrison. That place has fallen, yes? Many knights were killed. Crazy Eye is careful not to talk about it in the camp. for the present. If things get too dirty, though, Crazy Eye will save her own hide. This one and other Bandari are not mercenaries. We're traders. No! So unfair, too. Crazy Eye's been guarding this gate for hours and hours when she could be back in her tent taking a cozy little nap. You should tell the Knight Captain. Tell her to give us something! Here at the Martyr's Crossing, important trade routes run through here between North and South Bancorai, yes? And supply lines from Evermore to Bancorai Garrison. This one was told that the Knights of St. Pellen have always guarded this place.
Alright, I'm gonna call it. Adios.